What's up? This is WILSHOCKER with more Final Fantasy XIV. Let's become a botanist. Ready to enroll in the botanist guild, I take it? Yeah. Music to my ears. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Fufucha. Our guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only witness her uncanny knack for spotting the finest timber to see that hers is a truly God's given talent. It is for this reason that she holds the title of First Botanist. Oh, but you need not be overawed, for she is the kindest of souls. You'll find the guildmaster just outside this building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. Ba 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 ba. I'm Fufucha, the master of this guild. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I take it Leoncult has given you an overview of botany already. Well then I suppose I had better continue where he left off. All Gridanians may rightly claim to share a close relationship with nature, but none is so intimate as that of a botanist. It's our calling to nurture the natural environment to the mutual benefit of man and wood. But even as nature holds us in her loving embrace, providing for our every need, she is at heart its unsentimental creature. An unsentimental creature, one that will take life just as readily as she gives it. Being a botanist means coming face to face with this uncomfortable truth on a regular basis. Knowing this, do you still wish to walk our path? The look in your eye bespeaks the passion in your heart. Very well, I bid you become welcome to the Botanist Guild. To help you on your way, I present you with this hatchet. Take it up and then present yourself to me again. I would assign you your first task as a botanist of the guild. Hatchet, let's get it. Ba, 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 ba. Botanist unlocked. Gathering log obtained. I still need pants. I see you have your hatchet on you. Very good. A botanist's hatchet is its livelihood. Never forget this. If you fail to keep its blade clean and keen, your efforts will yield you naught but sweat and splinters. Well, let us see about your first task. Ah yes, to help you grasp the basics of botany, I would like you to gather 10 pots worth of latex. The forest yields to us many and more resources. It is the botanist's job to know what can be found and where. If it is latex you require, you would do well to search just outside the Blue Badger Gate or the Yellow Serpent Gate. Seek out the mature trees that stand in those areas and then put your hatchet to use. I wish you well. Okay, great. Gather a roll action. Triangulate. Blue Badger Gate and Yellow Serpent Gate. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Finding mature trees. Pots of latex. Okay. So I've gotten 4. Do 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 do. Oh, I should stay. Oh, I should have stayed for level 5. My bad. That's okay. I'll figure it out. How goes the gathering effort? Lest you forget, latex can be had just outside Blue Badger Gate of the Yellow Serpent Gate. Ah yes, precisely 10 pots of latex, just as I instructed. You have done well. Latex is easy to find and equally easy to harvest. As such, collecting the stuff is an ideal task for young botanists who are learning their way around the hatchet. Yet know that being able to swing said tool does not make you a botanist. You must also possess the knowledge to locate the resources you seek. That will be all from me for the present. I urge you to keep honing your senses and skills as a botanist. Gather near and far and learn from your experiences. I look forward to seeing you again when you have become better acquainted with our trade. Till then, I bid you happy gathering. Level 5, okay. I have so many of those armors. Armor. Look at these, they're all the same. Welcome, adventurer, to the Conjurer's Guild. Here we commune with the elementals and heed their guidance. Yet I must confess the elementals did not whisper of your coming. Here is an Azima Rose. We did indeed request an Azima Rose from Aethelred, but that you should bring it to us in his stead means that something wonderful has happened. Ethelred has long held a grudge against the many adventurers who have passed through Gridania's gates. His beloved flowers are renowned for their beauty, you see, and were once so highly coveted by Uldan collectors that they were picked nigh to extinction by fortune-seeking foreigners. Yet, if it is peace we desire, we must all learn to look beyond mistrust born of the past and overcome our prejudices. So has the Elder Seer taught us, and so do we live. I thought it was easy for Ethelred to entrust this Azima Rose to you. When he hears we have received it, he will come to know that not all outsiders are deserving of scorn. Truly, it was by the will of the elementals that you came to us this day. Please accept this as a token of our gratitude. Okay, I'm going to write down some lore here. Originally occupied by the elementals, who later gave Gridanians permission to live in the Twelves Wood. You are the Leminzen envoy. Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limsa Lemensa. Please come with me.
So you are the Leminsen envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems that only yesterday the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Eorzea formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But unbeknownst to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot, the Meteor Project, which by the lesser moon, Dalamud, would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. Okay, Meteor Project. Garleans wanted to crash the lesser moon Dalamud into Eorzea. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Cartano Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial Legion. Grand Companies of Eorzea marched for Cartano Flats and met 7th Imperial Legion. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again, yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Eorzea. Bahamut emerged from Dalamud and rained fire on Eorzea. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared little better. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blink of an eye, while Eorzean forces fared little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a bright light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Heroes of Light did something to prevent the calamity. It's unclear what they did. Archon Louisois may well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartano. And so we were left with countless questions and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters did not occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Eorzea. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the Alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Eorzea a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next for Ul'dah, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards, and if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill-behaved of late, my wolf to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ul'dah and beyond. Oh boy. There's a quest in New Gridania. I see. Greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Ul'dah. Are you not WILSHOCKER, the Lemenzan envoy? On behalf of all that Highwind Skyways, may I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Dun 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 dun. I can't see in the dark here, man. The Steps of Nod. Oh boy, here we are. I'm gonna do all the quests as a paladin. That way I get my level 15 required for, unless they got rid of that. Ah, you must be the envoy from Linza Lemenza. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Welcome to Ul'dah, sir. We've been expecting you. Flame General Raban will receive you in the fragrant chamber. Please take the lift down to the hustling strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. How do I get out of here? The Lemons envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the mist of your bear, sir? My thanks. Ah yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale. I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Merlvib says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin. Welcome to the Sultanate of Ul'dah. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Cartano. I remember bloody Cartano. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Kane's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Ul'dah. Garleans began conquering territory 50 years prior once they discovered Magitech. Led by then Iagus Solus von Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Ilzabard to heel, and so the Legatus became an emperor in his Republican Empire. An empire which then set its sights upon Eorzea. But the conquering empire is now a man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders. FFXIV Imperial Legion is still entrenched within Ul'dah borders. And their commander, Legatus Gaius von Belsar. Legatus Gaius von Belsar. Were he to strike now, I fear he would fall like so many others. I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ul'dah, but Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to give up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventurer, an alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the elder Seedseer would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the Empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear, and if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. Merlvib will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I will speak with her grace myself. Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. Oh, I got a toy airship. You can now make use of the airship routes connecting the three nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare in Gil. Sheesh. Bartholomew has information that may be of interest to you. Ah, my Lord Envoy. I trust your stay in the Sultanate has been pleasant. Now, if you do not mind my asking, do you perchance have plans to visit Limsa Laminza in the near future? If so, I have information that may be of interest to you. I once accompanied the Flame General on an official visit to the seaside city-state, during which time I became acquainted with Badaron, the proprietor of the Drowning Wrench. Well, the man sent word just now that he has a job for a capable adventurer. I can think of none with better credentials than you. Badaron would doubtless be pleased that you were to offer him your services. Nah, I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm gonna do Ul'dah stuff now. Scholar's Walk. So you want to be an alchemist? Indeed. Potions are not very useful though, are they? No, wait, no, yes they are. Never mind. They're like one of the two most consumed items. Ah, an adventurer. One of my favorite kinds of people. I find your unquenchable thirst for exploration neatly complements the burning hunger for sagacity that marks our dedicated members. Welcome to the Alchemists Guild. Though I hesitate to define alchemy in such narrow terms, our main field of expertise is the concoction of various potions and elixirs. There are salves to treat all manner of afflictions, not to mention miraculous libations that enhance the imbiber beyond his natural physical limits. As an adventurer, I'm sure you can appreciate the eminently practical applications of our work. What say you, sir? Care to take up mortar and pestle and join our ranks? Wonderful. Now then, allow me to give you a brief history of the guild before we tackle the official paperwork. Though alchemists are presently known as the quintessential brewers of potions, the profession itself arose from a desire to achieve as of yet unrealized ambition. The original driving purpose behind our art was, and perhaps still is, the discovery of a process that can transform base metals into gold or silver, and the mystical medium thought necessary to effect such a transformation is the Philosopher's Stone, which is itself believed to have Panaccean powers and be capable of bestowing eternal life bestowing. Though success yet eludes us, years of endless experimentation towards this golden goal had the initially unintentional consequence of unearthing a wealth of knowledge in the field of alchemical medicine. Regretfully, the alchemy's potential to enrich the lives of the masses was first met with a wave of distrust, as if our ability to create helpful compounds was akin to dabbling in back-alley witchcraft. The profession eventually gained credibility in Ul'dah through its integration into traditional medicine by Fondale's Frontistery, an institution known for producing respected physicians. Once the city's shift in perception became known, budding alchemists wishing to study without further fear of persecution journeyed to Ul'dah from every corner of the realm. It was not long before this gathering of inquisitive minds banded together to form the Alchemists Guild. Thus, while our organization is intensely focused on perfecting and sharing the fruits of our research, it is also of paramount importance that we uphold the reputation of alchemy itself as a legitimate discipline. If you would revel in the secrets of our art, then you must be prepared to shoulder the responsibility I have described. Take a moment to dwell on these words before you truly enter the world of alchemy. Have you arrived at a decision? Are you ready to exult in the arts of alchemy and commit to the responsibilities that your enrollment entails? Goodness. Excellent. Then allow me to direct you to our guildmaster. Gaining his approval is the last test you must pass before becoming a full member of the guild. You will find Guildmaster Severian tending to his experiments at his personal workbench. I must warn you, he is a rather intense individual. Pray choose your words with care. Yes! At last, my work is complete. Mark my words, this formula will revolutionize alchemy as we know it. With just a sip of this tonic, even raging fevers will be instantly extinguished. But I must needs test it, adventurer. While I produce more, I bid you take this batch to Pearl Lane to a man named Landibert. He is trusted by the other refugees. Persuade this Landibert to take my tonic and give it to his people. I require nothing in exchange. After all, if it is truly effective, it will be a tremendous boon to the advancement of the alchemic arts, and, mankind at large. What? What is it this time? Ah, you must be the merchant's lackey. Come to bring me my imp wings. Let's have them then. Not a lackey? An aspiring alchemist, did you say? Speak up and pray tell I heard you awry. Did that babbling fool Daedric send you to me? I specifically requested that I be disturbed for nothing less than the coming of a second calamity. Do I appear as a kindly mentor to you? My research demands my absolute and undivided attention. Now be gone before I'm forced to... Wait, perhaps I can... Yes, you may be the very assistant I require. I have had a change of heart. Congratulations, I approve your application to the guild. It is with great pleasure that I welcome a fellow seeker of knowledge into the fold. We can dispense with the interminable initiation ceremony, yes? Here is your first Olympic. Try not to drop it, for there is much work to be done. Yes, much work. An Olympic. Ba, 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 ba. I don't remember doing alchemy. Oh, here it is. I need pants. I see you've managed to take hold of the alembic without injuring yourself. An auspicious beginning. Let us see if we can continue this trend of unexpected success. For your first lesson, I want you to use your weathered alembic there and make me a bottle of distilled water. Distilled water is simply the end result of purifying a murkier sample of life's most vital element. As such, it provides the perfect introduction to one of alchemy's most fundamental processes, taking a material and refining it into a purer form. To perform this rudimentary exercise, you shall require a pail of muddy water and a water shard. The impure water can be purchased from the supplier standing near the entrance to the guild. The name momentarily escapes me. Esminet's? Yes, that was it. If it happens that you find this basic task beyond your abilities, then mayhap alchemy is not the discipline for you, which would be quite upsetting as I detest the thought of having to select a new assistant. Try not to disappoint me. Great. Gonna make some distilled water out of a muddy pail. That seems fun. Guild supplier. Ooh, lots of stuff here. Muddy water. I'll make a few. Your task is to provide me with 1 bottle of distilled water. Come, we are wasting time. Purchase a pail of muddy water from Esminet if you must. Here's a high quality one. Magnificent. Your transformation into an alchemist has begun. Do you understand the liquid treasure you've made? It is still simply water, but now possessed of almost limitless potential. In a properly distilled state, water provides the base ingredient for all manner of wondrous concoctions. On the other hand, a potion created with impure water is not unlikely to have the desired effect. It may very well poison the imbiber. Look well upon the substance you have refined. See how crystal clear it has become. Not the most flavorful of libations, but still refreshing to pour over one's head on a stifling summer afternoon. Tell me, how did you feel at the instant of its purification? And such a fine result must have sent thrills of excited satisfaction down your spine. I know well that sensation. To glean a pristine drop from filthy swill, it is a miracle born of mortal artifice. Nothing can compare to that rush of triumph in the moment when, physical laws bend to one's will. Nothing. The greater your mastery of alchemy, the more ecstatic that feeling becomes. Go, fill your chambers with bottles of distilled water and revel in each success. I return now to my experiments. When next you disturb me, I shall expect your skills to be worthy of a guildmaster's chosen assistant. Level 5. Got it. Maybe pants. What is it? Can you not see that I'm terribly busy? What is it now? Guild for the poor? Another cursed love filter? Ah, you're that wretch that insists on dusting my bench, aren't you? No? Well then who? Oh, my new assistant. No, do not bother me with more names. My mind shall not be cluttered with trivial details unrelated to alchemical processes. I trust that you have busied yourself with the mastery of your discipline. I have scant moments to spare on lessons, but I suppose I must invest a modicum of time in your training if you are to be of any use to me. Let us move on to the second fundamental principle of alchemy. Your understanding of this principle will be best facilitated by creating 3 bottles of antidote. For this task, you must needs acquire the stipulated number of grass vipers as well as chunks of rock salt. I believe the guild often has the poisonous snakes in stock, so you need only purchase them from that supplier lass. Ah, yes, Esmenet. As for the rock salt, I believe she can supply that too, and for a reasonable price. I rather suggest seeing her for all your simple ingredient needs, unless you fancy the idea of scrabbling in the sand to find them yourself. In any case, I am not terribly concerned with how you procure the materials. What is most important is that you experience this fundamental principle firsthand as you concoct the 3 bottles of antidote. Return to me with the bliss of new knowledge stamped upon your features. Wait, I already have it. Bottles of antidote. I do have bottles of antidote already. Let's make them. Rock salt and grass viper. Messed it up. Have you completed the 3 bottles of antidote as I asked? God's help you if you've interrupted me for anything less. Aha! An excellent result, my precarious protege. I see you have attained the optimum viscosity without clouding the crimson hue. It will be most interesting to see how well these mixtures perform on live test subjects. Well, of course they'll be poisoned. How else would I gauge the efficacy of your work? But never mind that. What have you learned of the second alchemical principle? You have produced a helpful compound by combining otherwise mundane or lethally harmful substances. Has this not expanded your awareness of what is attainable with this profession? Just as it is possible for a medicine to act as a poison in sufficient amounts, so too is it possible for a poison to be utilized as a cure. Your successful creation of these antidotes is evidence of this very fact. Those without a knowledge of alchemy would spare not a second glance for the venomous grass viper, but mix its venom with the appropriate amount of rock salt and people will flock to your door to purchase your miraculous remedy. Study, experiment, and reveal worth in the most unexpected of places. Wow. The desire for sustenance and rest will become as minor annoyances once you have learned the joy of such discoveries. It is time you added this amateur's mortar to your repertoire of alchemical devices. The mortar is often referred to as a secondary tool, but used in conjunction with a primary tool such as an alembic, you will soon come to appreciate its value in your work. I foresee much practical use for your growing skills, my eager apprentice. Now run along and find a use for your new toy. I have further research to conduct. Great. I have this. I think I have that. I think I have them all. remember your face this time, my most helpful assistant, and it is most fortuitous that I do, for the irksome effort I have expended in grooming your budding skills is about to be rewarded. My muling subordinates have requested that I put aside my personal research for but a moment or two and shoulder a portion of the guild's workload, even so far as to force upon me some other alchemist's petty task. What fools to think I am the sort of guildmaster that contributes in such a mundane capacity. If they had wanted an accommodating drudge to head the guild, then they should not have elected me to the post. Gods know there were others about the frontistery who would have been better suited to the leadership position. It is times such as these that I curse my blood ties to the syndicate. There's a syndicate. I would personally be content to eschew such tedious duties in favor of mine own work. Which of course brings us to this moment. It is with great relief that I entrust this matter of beeswax to you. 12 lumps of beeswax, to be precise. I knew you would prove your worth before long. Now off to work. Beehive chip. 36 beehive chips. Such bliss that my research might progress unhindered by bothersome requests. Speaking of which, have you created the beeswax as I asked? Here it is. These will never be used for the Sultana's bedchamber candles, but the quality is passable, I suppose. This is indeed a wonderful arrangement. Perhaps I should pass on to you the mantle of Guildmaster in its vexatious entirety. Now, the beeswax you have brought me is, as you must surely realize, the purified form of the substance honeybees use to build their hives. Candles are the most obvious use for this refined material, but beeswax may also be used to enhance leather goods or be mixed into dye to create painting supplies. It is not the most difficult material to create, though. Keeping the quality consistent for such a large batch speaks well of your attention to detail. I had thought to be content with not more than a convenient lackey at hand, but mayhap that with further training. We must somehow supplement your studies, but I am loath to be parted from my workbench. Thankfully, I am aware of the perfect solution to this quandary: tradecraft levies. A selection of alchemical odd jobs should be available to you at the Adventurers Guild. Simply speak with the fellow at the desk, Eustace, I think it was. In any case, you should be provided with ample opportunity to practice your discipline, even receive payment while doing so. Remember, your improvement is my utmost concern. I don't need any of these. Actually, I already have it. Don't I? Okay, I'm going to take a break here. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll be back next time.